What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Oxygen Not Included Max Difficulty Run episode. Yeah, not run episode. The entirety of the episodes will be the run, but this is just one episode in that run. So let's be very clear about that. Anyway, we're on cycle 120 here. Nice even number to end it on. Probably planned that. I mean, I probably didn't plan it. It just worked out that way because things happen legitly. All right. Oh, you know what we forgot to do? We got a lot of water over here. We forgot to move our pitcher pump. So yeah, that. Oops. Oh, do I have? I still had. I was messing around in debug, so I still had insta build turned on because unless you restart the game, it doesn't turn it off manually. You have to turn it off yourself. So that's unfortunate, but it's okay. It's not like I deleted my entire base or anything. And we could just reload, but that would delay the video, and it's not like nothing happened. It's fine. Oh, actually, I did insta-build a pitcher pump. You know what? We're reloaded. All right, so here we go. Let's start over. Cycle 120, nice even number. I forgot what I said after that. Let's just hit play and pitcher pump. Badow. Delete that pitcher pump. Badow. We can actually delete all this piping as well as this pump. And we can come down here and mop a dooski. Delete that tile so we can actually get down there. Oh crap though, if we do that we can't get over to here. So we need to tile that right there. We actually need to prioritize it because well that's our bathroom. And if they can't go to the bathroom, they're going to start urinating everywhere. And it's going to lead to more of this. Although, I suppose we can't really make this water any more contaminated than it already is. Okay, so the highlight of this video. Oh yeah, the nice mystery geyser. We got to discover what it is, don't we? So we'll just let them get to that. And I noticed this when I reloaded the game. Ahaha, we've got a nice little oil reservoir right here. So we're bringing our cold water down. Well, once it eventually goes off, it's been dormant for a long time. Let's just leave it at that. And I don't know, I'm quite upset that it hasn't erupted. I'll get over it, I'm sure. Let's go ahead and start making this sort of building. So if you'll notice, I left one little square here, and that will prevent the carbon dioxide vent from actually going off. So we can uncover it, we can enclose it, and then we can just, dig that up when we're ready for the influx of carbon dioxide, because not something I really want to deal with yet. I've got a bit of fossil now. I noticed in the last video I kept saying lime instead of fossil, so down there I was like, it'll give us access to lime. We'll get lime. Hey, look, some lime. But it's actually giving us access to fossil, so I don't want to be confusing there. But we then turn the fossil into lime, which is why I was saying lime. But just a little clarification there. No big dealio. Okay, good. We have access to our bathrooms. Everything's peachy. And I believe, yeah, somehow, I think there's an egg over here. Kind of looks like, but no, that's the bone. That's the bone from the meat. I don't know where this other Draco went, man. There were 2 Dracos in here at one point. Oh yeah, one other thing I noticed upon loading the game is this right here. Oh yeah, look at that. I'm so excited for this as well, dude. A lot of you are like, dude, what are you talking about? There's just a little water there and some reeds. What's going on, man? But this right here is actually a cool steam vent. Not right here. It's over here somewhere, but there's 2 layouts as far as like these open cool steam vents go. There's one where it's kind of on a cliff and then it dumps down into a basin. And then there's a second one which has sort of this layout at the left side of it. And then it kind of goes up into a little hill over here, and then the steam vent will be probably around right here. And then I remember these because it's got this like nice little spot for a pump at the bottom, and so does the vertical one. They're always the same. They're always laid out like this. They've got this nice little area for a pump at the bottom. So that's how I always recognize them. So little tip for you, if you see like an area like this or the bottom of the other one, you'll know that it's a steam vent. Now watch me be completely wrong. Watch me uncover this and there not be a steam vent at all. That would be embarrassing. Yeah, I would, you know what? I would just cut that part out probably. I would just cut it out. No, I'd probably leave it in because I think it'd be kind of comedic. Guy thinks he knows what he's talking about. Actually has no idea what he's talking about. Pretty much 90% of the internet. I'm joking, guys. We all know what we're talking about, right? Yeah. All of us know exactly what we're talking about all of the time. None of us are ever wrong. At least I'm not. I mean, I'm joking. Of course I'm wrong most of the time. Let's continue to dig up this fossil, and I got it right. Fossil. Yes. Nailed it. Criticize me now, Reddit. JP. So I think we could actually finish this pipe, or try to finish this pipe. I was using igneous, I believe. Wow, that's a lot actually. Okay, let's just leave it there for now, and we'll come back in 1 second because I gotta go check on something. Did I forget to pause? I forgot to pause. Did anything extreme happen? I guess I'll know when I watch this back in editing. Looks like all my duplicates are still alive. We've got some flooding. Oh, that's so annoying. It's so annoying. This isn't my battery. Don't tell me when it's flooding. I don't care. One thing I'm going to do, since this is annoying me so much, I don't want it to stay there, so we're going to go ahead and do this, and we're going to deconstruct all this stuff. Yay. Deconstruction. Let's go ahead and put her on ×3. Oh, look at the... Yeah. Getting jiggy with it. Slickster's getting jiggy with it. Slicksters are amazing dancers. You guys didn't know this. I could watch this for hours. Maybe the rest of this episode will just be a Slickster dancing. I wonder how many people would actually stop watching. And I wonder for how long would they continue to watch until they realized it wasn't a joke. So, what do you guys think? Am I joking? Or is the rest of this episode actually going to be a Slickster dancing? Maybe we should name the Slickster. That's what they should do. They should add the ability to name your pets. Only the domesticated critters, though. Yes, obviously the rest of this episode is not going to be a Slickster dancing. Gosh, I'm not that lame. Come on. Although, it is tempting, I must say. If not only for the analytics at the very end. I would be very curious to see what the average view duration for this video would be if it was just a Slickster dancing. Be very curious. Well, you know what? Oh, we're not looking at that yet. You know, it would be very insulting if it was over my average view duration of like a typical video. That would be pretty insulting. But I think we know what this is. Okay, well, we got a cool steam vent. So I think we only had 2 guesses in the comments, and you were both wrong. One guessed a polluted oxygen vent, the other guessed a hydrogen vent. So we've now got more water. This thing is absolutely on the high end of things as well. 4.6. That's on the high end. What was this? 4.3? Dude, that's plenty of water right there. That is all the water we will ever need. But then we've got a third one over here. So it's like, oh, the holy grail of oxygen not included. Okay, maybe not the holy grail. If this was like a volcano or something, that'd probably be better. Like a metal volcano. That way we know we have like endless amounts of metal. I mean, I guess metal like falls from space, so we kind of have an endless amount of metal anyway, but you gotta go up there and sift through the regolith and get to ants. Nobody likes that, man. What we're probably gonna do with this thing is we're gonna encase it in a very small room, and then we'll have to find some way to cool it down, but we'll then pump that water to like our main water area, wherever that's going to be. I'm guessing maybe somewhere around here probably. We'll probably just end up pumping water from every steam vent into it. Which isn't going to be too big of a deal later on when we have a lot of power. But you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking babow. That if you don't know what babow means, then you need to go to dictionary.com and look up babow right now. I'll wait for you. I mean, you could just pause the video. I don't have to wait. But babow means basically this is an endless source of power. Yeah, we turn the oil into petroleum, and then the petroleum goes into a petroleum generator, which generates carbon dioxide and polluted water, more water. Hey, 3 cool steam vents plus a what am I trying to say? Petroleum generator type thing setup. We're gonna be swimming in water, which is good because that's normally what you do in water, right? Whenever you're in water, I hope you're swimming, otherwise you're sinking, and well, things have gone horribly wrong. Don't sink in water, guys. We've moved a couple of our hatches down here. They've got a nice little pool they can go swimming in. So I'm kind of treating the hatches like turtles. You know, they've got their little land area, and then they've got the little pool of water they can rehydrate in. And somehow Draco snuck in. I don't know how this Draco. Don't ask me how the Draco got here. Dracos, they're pretty slippery little beasts, you know. Oh, one of our hatches got stuck on the wrong side of the aquarium. Okay, well, I mean, I guess he saw all the dirt and stuff over here. He's like, yo, I'm going over here. This is where all the good stuff is. So, cool steam vent, cool steam vent, cool steam vent. I think in my last one I had 3 as well. No, I had 4 in my last one. Okay, my last run I had 4 cool steam vents. Although I never even got around to even touching. I boxed in the 4th one and just left it because I already had like way too much water. So this is going to be another run where water is not an issue. So one thing I want to do is actually start digging out areas for like my oil refinery, my petroleum generators, my metal refinery, all those things. So how am I going to do this? Well, I'm thinking we want to get to this fossil anyway. So let's go down to the bottom here. And as we go, we'll dig like this. So we can actually dig. We don't need to dig all this. You know what? Yeah, let's dig all this. So we're going to do like 3 tiles. And we're going to skip a tile. And we're going to do 3 more tiles. And this way, we'll be able to like dig up. Once we've dug all this out, once we've dug all this out, we can still hit this 4th tile from the bottom here. Because they can dig up to 4 tiles at a time. So if we made it 5 wide, or if we just dug that as well, they wouldn't be able to reach all this. Pretty handy. There's plenty of ways to dig, though. You don't have to dig my way. Dig your own way. Find your own way to dig. You don't have to dig the way I dig, you dig? Baby hatches are so cute. They just hop around. They've got no eyeballs. Wait, hatches don't have eyeballs in general, do they? Nope, but they got big ugly teeth. Babies don't. They got these cute little buck teeth. Just kind of remind me of muskrats. Ignore me. Ignore my nonsense. Sometimes I just ramble on about nonsense. Do you guys ever do that? You just ramble on about nonsense sometimes? Probably not, because I don't think, like, a lot of you probably don't make YouTube videos, so if you're rambling on to yourselves about nonsense to yourselves, might be considered a little weird. Wow, this Slickster, he likes this spot, man. Is this like, I mean, I don't see anything special about this spot over any other spot. Maybe it's just super happy and he can't stop dancing. Maybe he's got to go pee. That's it! He's got to go pee. So, you know, like little kid will start dancing when they got to go pee. He's got to go pee, but it's over pressurized, so he can't pee. So he's just permanently dancing here. He's stuck in a dance loop because he can't release his built up oil. That's my theory. Excuse me, that was rude. I suppose I'll just cut it out, so no problem. Watch me forget. David, and no, I'm pretty good about cutting things out that I don't want in the video. Like these sniffles. You can't hear the sniffles. See, I'm sniffing in between each time I say sniffle. But you can't hear it because I'm cutting it out. Oh, the magic of video editing. I have 10 tons of fossil. So are the priorities? Next order is iron ore to iron. Current order is fossil to lime. Okay. Maybe it's showing this insufficient resources, but it's still actually... Yeah, there she goes. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. We'll just let it run, see what happens. Okay, how's our oxygen? So we're maxed out over here. We can actually delete this stuff. We got a little bit of hydrogen building up over here as well, which is nice. It's nice to see. All right, so our spawn looks to be working here. If you're curious, I've got this top atmo sensor set at 650 grams. and then the bottom one is set at 1000. So, and it seems to be working. I don't seem to be getting any oxygen in here. This little damage is from when I initially set it up. There was a little bit left in the pipe, which you can probably see that in the last episode. And then we seem to be consuming the oxygen just as fast as we're producing it. Oh, one thing I need to actually do is come down here. Automation. So we need to get an Atmos sensor, set it up right here, and say to this diffuser here that if the pressure down here is over a certain amount, probably like 1600, actually no, we can set it low. We're gonna say if it's over 1000, then the diffuser is not going to work. So we're gonna be relying 100% on this electrolyzer, and then, you know, if that fails, then we'll let our diffuser start to go up. All right, so there's our steam vent uncovered. I do want to sweep this stuff, and this is all going to be sweep only, so you know, any stuff that I don't want swept will not be kept in storage. That way I can keep things nice and clean as I like them. Because if a room like, oh, we're producing, look at this, yes, we finally, the cool slush geyser is emitting polluted water, and look how much I already have. Look at this. This is ridiculous. We're almost on our second square here. And it's been going for probably less than a cycle. I don't know exactly, but look at that. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. These things, man. These cool slush guys. Oh, I forgot about that too. Oh my god. So I have 3 cool steam vents and 1 cool slush geyser. Literally like very close to my base. You could argue the 2 down at the oil aren't, but they're close. I mean, come on. In the grand scheme of things, okay, I guess these 2 aren't very close. Not as close as I thought, but we've got this one and then this one like right next to our base. So, by the way, if you're wondering how I zoomed out like that, it's Alt S. It's screenshot mode. It hides the UI and lets you like zoom out super far. Look at this. It says this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. These things need to be nerfed, honestly. They're way too strong. If you get one of these, 1 cool slush geyser can provide you with all of the water you need. I haven't ran any numbers, but that's a theory I'm working on. So I can just stick a pump in here and set up a cooling apparatus for this guy, and you know, we can address it later. We can just let it build up. We don't even have to cool it right now. As long as we have the option of cooling it later, then that's cool. And what I'm gonna do, set up sort of a metal plating like right here on this side, and then we'll have a gap with doors, or not a gap, just doors, and then we'll have our insulated tile on the outside. So whenever I want to cool this stuff down, I can close those doors, completing like the doors will then start touching the metal tiles and then transferring the heat energy over into the pipes. You'll see what I'm talking about. Actually, maybe I can plan it out right now. So we're gonna need 1 space here for the water to kind of fall down. A lot of you are saying this is abyssalite, just leave it, but it's gonna bug me because it doesn't look good. All right, it just doesn't look good. So don't you give me that's abyssalite, leave it. It just doesn't look good. Not that this isn't something I've ever really done before. Not this way. Usually I just run the pipes right through, but we're going to go ahead and give it a try. So we're going to be using radiant pipes on these doors here, and then so we use insulated pipes to sort of pop through and then down into that, and then we'll just pop right back out and go wherever else we need to go with the water there. So we'll be using this water to cool this down, and well, potentially cool it down. We don't have to use it, and then we're going to use it to cool other things down. I may be overestimating the cooling potential of this geyser, but I don't think I am. Alright guys, so at this point in the video, I actually muted my mic for a second, and like classic me, I just forgot to unmute it. So I literally, the next 40 plus minutes, I was just talking to myself into a muted microphone, and it was so sad. But the at least I got like the first half of the recording done without a muted mic. So we didn't have it all wasted. So we did end on cycle 140 here is when I decided to end the video. It seems like every 20 cycles I'm going about an hour 20 to an hour 30 as far as game time goes. So it looks like every 20 cycles is going to be a video. So I'm just going to kind of recap at the end here, and I don't think like too much really has changed except for look at the polluted water. Like, holy crap. I mean, I think I've kind of iterated enough how insane these things are, but I just wanted to show that one more time. Let's see. So what else did I actually do? I don't think I did too much really. We're just kind of working on this thing. I set up a liquid seal here so I can actually pump this room out because, as you probably know, well, some of you might know, some of you might not, but steam vents will actually duplicate gas around them. I don't know if they do it to all gases, so I don't know if this chlorine will get duplicated, but hydrogen, I know specifically, will get duplicated. So I have a tendency to actually vacuum these rooms out before I enclose them. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a wall here like Trump, and then we'll vacuum all this out, and then once it's a complete vacuum, we'll delete all this, enclose the room. We'll have to finish building all of this before we enclose the room, because I'm going to want to pop this, pop the geyser right there. So we're going to have to sweep that up and everything. But I definitely want to vacuum this out first. That way we don't have any problems later on. Because what can happen is if it is duplicating this gas, the gas will eventually get to a point where the vent is overpressurized and it will stop producing steam. So that's problem. It's a bug. At least I'm pretty sure it's a bug. I don't know. It's been in the game for a really long time at this point. So what's going to happen is the polluted water, the cold polluted water, is going to come through here. It's going to, potentially be used to cool down steam in here, and then we're going to kind of have a pipe just going across this, and then wherever I need machinery cooled, I'll put maybe like 3 radiant pipes with a temp shift behind them, and then that'll cool the general area with the machinery. And over here we'll have like petroleum generators, maybe 2, maybe a little bit more, and then some plastic production. I'll probably just stick it right here, just let the steam go wherever it wants to, and we'll use the polluted water to cool that down. Also, a metal refinery is an option, so I can potentially just pump that polluted water from the cool slush geyser into a metal refinery, run it around a few times to create steel, because that's ultimately what we're going for. We're going for plastic and steel right now. Plastic so I can get a lot of transit tubes going, and then steel obviously for rockets and things, because we're trying. I don't know if you haven't watched the first episode. I think that's the only one I really mentioned it in, but we're trying to get to rockets as fast as we possibly can. So right now we're on cycle 140. I originally had like aimed for cycle 300, where I'm starting to build my first rocket. So when I say we're trying to get there as fast as I can, I actually mean it. We're trying to get there. So that's a thing. And I guess that's kind of all that's really happened so far. So going forward, we're going to look into, steel and plastic right here and whatnot, and potentially popping this oil reservoir when we need it. Looks like we have a fair bit of oil here, so I'm probably not going to need it for a while. But this will go down quickly since we are going to be making a lot of plastic. We're also going to be using that oil for petroleum. So sooner rather than later, we'll be looking to pop into this. And I'm thinking about just running this geyser, just using the water from that to get oil from this. Because this water, the water I still have, plus this water, this is currently only running the electrolyzer. So I can definitely pop water off into something else. We've got so much water that I don't even want to think about water at this point. We need to start thinking about other things. So as long as we keep on the ball and like have access to that water and keep these vents producing, then we'll be fine. So one thing I might want to look into is actually setting up like a giant water basin somewhere around here potentially, and then we'll just pump any excess water to that. That's the plan anyway. But yeah, sorry for the audio. Sometimes, I'm just a doofus and I forget that I muted my mic 3 seconds prior to forgetting. But hopefully in the next video I don't do that. Fingers crossed, knock on wood. No, I definitely will not do that. I promise. It may happen again in the future, but it will not be the next video. Anyway, if you like this video, hit that thumbs up. Leave me any comments if you have any questions, suggestions, If you just want to say hello, that's fine too. I don't mind. I hope you liked the video. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.